Lowell High School's is seen tonight for the Battle of the Milk Jug. Kankakee Valley and Lowell's next. .56 Sports presents Northwest Indiana High School football. We're at Lowell High School tonight where football is happening in 1999. The unbeaten Red Devils are hosting the Kankakee Valley Cougars. We're at Lowell High School, home of the Red Devils. Special thanks to Athletic Director Mr. Don Bales. The Kankakee Valley Cougars are 2-4 on the season for head coach Doug Greenlee. The Lowell Red Devils 6-0 on the campaign and 3-0 in the Lake Black Conference. They have been the surprise so far in 1999. With Chip Pettit, Joe Redondo with you tonight on Channel 56. Chip, you guys have played Lowell each and every season when you were assistant at Crown Point. 6-0 for Kirk Kennedy. Obviously one of the big surprises in high school football this season.
Well, Coach Kennedy and his program have always run had a great team, and coming in this year, that may be a little bit of a surprise that they're 6-0, but they're always very well prepared, and they're always a hard-hitting crew. And this is a great story for Northwest Indiana football, and it's a credit to Coach Kennedy and his staff for getting this turned around. After the season they had last year, and it's really exciting. There's a lot of people out here tonight, and they're playing for the can.
That's right. Then they're 2-8 last year. 6-0 so far this year. We'll have the starting lineups in the kickoff when we come back on WYN Channel 56.
The Channel 56 High School Game of the Week is made possible by
the Orthopedic, Pediatric, and Spine Institute, specializing in treating all aspects of children's orthopedic problems. Dr. Kacharsik, a fellowship-trained children's orthopedic surgeon, specializes in treating congenital birth deformities as well as scoliosis and children's fractures, with offices in Crown Point, Hobart, Dyer, and at the University of Chicago.
The Channel 56 High School Game of the Week is made possible by
Paul Sir Pontiac, 6300 Broadway, Merrillville, Indiana. You're gonna love it at Paul Sir Pontiac.
And by the financial support of viewers like you.
On peak practice, a young teenager has trouble fitting in at school.
I'm fine, honest.
But that may be the least of her worries.
He's all over me.
As she accuses her teacher of making sexual advances. But what's at the root of the problem?
All I ever wanted was for Josie to be normal.
A normal life on peak practice.
Here's ready to kick off to start the football game. Nick Winlow, the 6'1", 160 junior, has it in the air. It's taken by French at the 10. French to the 20, 25, and cut down at the 31-yard line. And that's where the Lowell offense will start tonight. There they are offensively. Reed, Wachowski, Curtis, Kumanis, Montgomery, and Dan Wingert is the tight end. Joe O'Connell is the quarterback. Chris Galt, Mike French behind him with Mike Huseman and Matt Van Dersen, the receivers. Defensively for the Cougars, Jeremy Kroll, David Veldman, Sean Corbett, Zach Jesko. Brandon DeBoard is one of the linebackers along with Spurgeon. And there's a secondary of Baker, Winlow, and Matusiak. 1st and 10 Red Devils. A little bit of an offset eye. Here's the handoff to French. French behind a great line surge, gets to the 40-yard line on a gain of about 9 yards. That was pretty basic, just some smash mouth right up the middle.
Yeah, it looked like Lowell came out and ran an ISO play with French, and looks like they want to establish the run here early. French really did a nice job of keeping his feet moving, being low through the line of scrimmage.
44% passing and 6 touchdowns for Joe O'Connell this season. We'll see some option. 1st and 10. They give him the first down, so gain of 10 to the 40-yard line. Hand off to the fullback this time, and not much there as the Cougar defensive line stands him up. Chris Galt, the ball carrier, and he was shut down by the Cougar defensive line.
The 2 tackles for KV there, number 65, David Bellman, and Corbett really did a nice job of closing there on that inside trap there with the fullback.
2nd and 9. Lowell's no stranger to you. You guys used to come down here, Chip, when you were in high school and play Lowell. Their program's come a long way, though, since that time.
Well, even when we were coming down here in the early 90s, they had some decent teams, and this has always been a big rivalry game with Lowell and Crown Point.
2nd and 9. Here's O'Connell. Fires the left side. Got a man inside KV territory to the 49-yard line.
Boy, that was just a little boot play, faking to the fullback inside, and O'Connell rolled to the left. That's really a good ball and a great catch. That ball was right on the money. Boy, that's not bad coverage by the KV defender.
No, that's a good point. He was right all over him. Nick Winlow with good coverage, but the catch is made. Another Lowell first down. He kept the ball low, too, on the pass.
Yeah, I'm real impressed with O'Connell. I've seen a couple tapes with him, and the big win with Highland. Coach Smith in the paper from Highland really had some nice things to say about him. He really looks good as a field general.
Chris Kimbrell with the reverse takes it inside of the 48 down to the 47-yard line. We have our first penalty flag of the night. It's going to be holding against the Red Devils.
Holding on the offense will knock them back 10 yards.
Coming off a 2-8 year with victories over Griffith, Highland, and Crown Point, this has definitely been a season that's taken a lot of folks by surprise down here. You look at what Lowell's done. Calumet has had a great season, but I don't know if many people would have thought they could beat Lowell, Griffith, and Crown Point before the season, be 6-0 here.
Well, I think it's, like I said before, a credit to Coach Kennedy and his staff, and also to the kids. It's tough to go through a season like that, but to bounce back, it's got to be real exciting for them.
Ryan Seedell goes wide left out of the I formation. It's 1st and 20, and the Cougars violated the neutral zone there, and they're going to give 5 yards back. Matt Spurgeon, 29, was one of the Cougars that
Dead ball foul, encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty.
Was one of the Cougars that was guilty of the infraction.
Looked like KV was going to come with the blitz there. They had Lowell in 1st and long. Looked like they were going to try and force the issue a little bit, but got Lowell back here with 1st and 15.
1st and 15 for the Red Devils. Joe O'Connell on the give to French. He's got an opening. Darts quick through the hole inside the 45 down to the KV 43-yard line.
Hey, that was a great kick-out block there by the fullback for Lowell, Chris Galt. He really got into the defensive end for KV, and then French just hit it right in there.
He's got some clicks. Stayed low, got through the hole.
Makes it 2nd down and 4 for the Red Devils.
Great run by
Lowell,
Mike French.
Lowell's offensive line is really having their way with the KV defensive front right now.
2nd and 3. Here's the fullback Galt. Stumbles through the hole and gets right near the 1st down marker. Looks like he's going to have it at the 44-yard line. Mike French, just on that run, Chip, looks like he's got another gear maybe that most of the guys out there don't have.
Yeah, I'm real impressed with the way the low backs are hitting the hole tonight. To be put in 1st and 15 there, and then to run a kick-out play, and then to run the dive with the fullback, they sure made that yardage up in a hurry.
Officials timeout for a measurement.
As they come on to measure, if you're not familiar, folks who are tuning in, Wheeler High School is going to be playing varsity football next year, and their very young head coach is with us. I don't want to sound older than I should, because I used to announce games when you were in high school, so it is their very young head coach. You guys playing JV ball this season, right?
Right. We're starting out with the JV program this year, and we have predominantly freshmen and sophomores. We do have a few upperclassmen with us this year, and we'll be starting varsity play next fall.
Here's French, hit at the line of scrimmage this time, and holding on for the ankle tackle was Andy Bula. He does have the 1st down, though, inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
And if you're counting, that's our first adjective of the night.
Bulla really got through there shooting the gap that time, almost made a big play with the tackle for loss, but French was able to shake off the tackle and pick up the first down. It's a good hard run there. He knows he only needed a half a yard, and he was able to get it.
1st and 10, Red Devils. And some drops here, maybe. Another huge crowd at Lowell High School. 1st and 10. Wingert now flip-flops to the left side out of the I formation. Play action for O'Connell. Fires the right side. Got a man open. Van Dersen makes the catch, cuts back, goes against the grain, and is finally taken down. Finally taken down at the 22-yard line. He'll have another Lowell first down.
Lowell goes play action here on first down, and after a good fake by O'Connell, he puts that ball right on the money again.
No doubt about that. It was another good execution, a great delivery of the ball, and Van Dersen did something with it after he caught it. 1st and 10. Two receivers to the left side for O'Connell. Here's the draw to Galt. Galt hit, and he'll be going down after a gain of about a couple to the 20-yard line.
Brought down by 29
Sean Corbett, 50 for KV on the stop.
Lowell with the sprint draw there on first down. Linebackers for KV did a pretty good job of hanging in there.
Inside the 20. First drive of the ball game. 7:55 to go. First quarter, no score. Lowell has controlled the football. Ryan Sudell goes wide left. There's a fumble, ball loose, but O'Connell jumps on it. That would have been a big break for the Cougars if they could have found the football there, because Lowell's been dominating on this opening drive.
Boy, that would have been a big one. KV hopped into a five-man front there, and I don't know if there was confusion on the offensive line. It looks like they just had a problem with the exchange, but that's a big one for Lowell to get back.
Yeah, 46 Raider Johnson comes in when they go to the 5 front. This puts him in a 3rd and 11 situation.
This is really the first time Lowell's been faced with a 3rd and long. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. I'd expect something in the air.
O'Connell, stumbled on his way back, keeps his balance, fires the left side, got Van Dersen, and he dropped it. Wow, inside the 10-yard line, would have had a first down. Matt Van Dersen has it go through his hands, and let's see if it'll be field goal time. Looks like it's going to be either a field goal or a punt.
See the replay here. He has trouble coming back, stepping out, but he makes a great recovery, and this ball's right on the money. Unfortunately, they couldn't get that one, keep the drive going.
That ball was right on the money. He's been right on the money with every pass tonight. Jeff Baker on the field. The field goal attempt is going to be left. Wasn't that short, just wide left. 39-yarder. No good, so KV dodges a bullet on that opening drive. And they will take over 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
KV defense really ought to feel good about that. Lowell came out and was really able to have their way with them running the ball. A couple penalties and a drop ball, and now KV's got a chance to get on the board first.
KV offense on the field. We'll give them to you here in a second. 1st and 10, Cougars. Anthony Dixon. Off play action, going to roll right, looking, fires over the middle and behind, or maybe too far in front of his intended receiver. Incomplete.
First down bootleg play there. He was rolling right, and he had a man open, just slightly overthrew him.
Was looking for Jeremy Kroll. Dixon's the quarterback. Bullis Spurgeon, the Lowell defense. They've played well all season. There's their linebackers. Marcus Shantu had another great game last week, and there's the secondary with French and Kimbrell back there. 2nd and 10. Motion to the right side. Dixon gives the first man through, and there's a nice hole across the 25, across the 30-yard line to Spurgeon, goes to the 32 before he's taken down.
Heard a lot about Lowell's linebackers this year. Nathan Kersey, Marcus Shantu, Scott Rumasak and Chris Patterson. Number 45 Rumasak was in there on that play.
Third and a couple. We've heard that we may see a lot of different plays from the KV offense tonight. Without Copen, their outstanding running back, they're close to the first down right there. Close to the 30-yard line goes the ball carrier Spurgeon.
Very near a first down.
It's going to be close here. I think it's going to be about 4th and 1. Inside belly play there. Lowell defense did a good job of shutting that down. It'll be interesting to see what KV does here.
Right, and I don't see the punting team coming on now. They do. 4th and inches for KV. Clock running. 5:36 to go. No score. KV defense stiffened, and the Red Devils missed a field goal on their first drive. Kroll's back to punt. Off the side of his foot. It's going to angle out of bounds inside KV territory at the 46-yard line. So Lowell's offense back out there. Talk about your decision to leave Crown Point as an assistant to become the head coach of Wheeler. What went into your thoughts about making that jump?
Well, I just kind of thought it was a unique opportunity from being able to start a program from scratch, and to be able to go over there and have the year to play JV football and introduce the students as well as the community to football was really something that was very attractive for me.
1st and 10. Here's French. French darts through the hole to the 42-yard line.
Number 6, French. Picks up 4 yards.
Now, we used to always kid you because you were an assistant baseball, assistant basketball, assistant football coach. Which one it was going to be? Finally was football, though, huh?
Yeah, I've really, really come to liking football more than the other two. If that's possible. I had always been someone that was involved in all 3 sports, but there seems to be something special about Friday nights in the fall.
2nd and 6. Here's a quick pitch to French. French is cut down, slides down at the 39-yard line. It'll be 3rd down at about 4.
They went with the quick toss there to French, running to the weak side, and that's something that they'll look for by alignment, and if it's there, they'll keep hitting that until the KV defense takes it away. 3rd and 4 here. This is really a pretty good yardage situation for Lowell. They could still either run or throw the ball.
3rd and 4 at the Cougar, just inside the 40-yard line. O'Connell gives French. French darts through the hole, cuts left side. Boy, it looked like he was one tackler away from breaking that. Has the 1st down. It was, let's see, looked like it was 30 on the stop. I don't got the 30 here. Let's see, maybe it wasn't 30. That was 50. It was Sean Corbett again.
Well, 3rd and 4 there, Lowell went into what looked like a short yardage set, and you really have to credit their front line, the right guard and right tackle, Reed and Wachowski, for really opening up that hole.
1st and 10, Red Devils at the KV 32-yard line. Here's Galt. Galt with the convoy through the middle of the football field. Chris Galt inside the, looks like he's inside the 30-yard line, down to the 29. 1st down, Red Devils there.
Big holes there that the Lowell offensive line's opening up, Joe.
Boy, them linemen are getting downfield, too.
Yeah, that was the center, 58 Curtis, getting downfield there. That's really good to see. Your linemen being active and getting downfield, keeping their feet moving.
There's a fumble. O'Connell had it knocked away, and I think the Cougars are going to cover it. That was a great hit put on the quarterback, and KV should have the football at the 36-yard line. Wow. What is it about Channel 56 and the Cougars? They hung in a ball game last year and won late, and that was reminiscent of last year's game, making some breaks happen.
Boy, that's a big recovery there. You just wonder how long the KV defense is going to be able to hold on. The Lowell's had the ball in their territory for the majority of the first quarter here. That's just a huge play by Tony Fentress with the fumble recovery.
Great hit on O'Connell, the quarterback. 1st and 10, Cougars. Dixon going to run it upfield, shows some good speed, cuts back left, protects it nicely when he's hit, gets to the 34-yard line.
It's a nice play by the quarterback there. He was rolling right and really didn't have anybody open. Made a nice 7-8 yard gain out of nothing.
He showed some quick feet as well there. He's got some plays written on his arm. They may have a few of them more than usual here tonight.
It's a good situation for the KV offense. Second and short, they've really got the whole playbook available to them. It's almost like a free down.
Motion in the backfield. Here's Dixon. Spurgeon hits and has the first down to the 36-yard line.
Brought down by number 37, Sam Voss.
KV's starting to move the chains here a little bit. They need to get the ball out of Lowell territory. They spent a lot of time down here.
First and 10. Cougars at the 36. They show blitz. Here's sweep to the right side. Across the 40 to the 44-yard line. Andy Bulla, the 5'9", 156 sophomore on the carry. He got 7 on first down, so they have another short yardage situation on 2nd and 3.
Lowell came with the blitz that time. KV ran the sweep play. They got their play side guard, Ray Lawley, out in front. Really did a good job of getting to the point of attack.
2nd and 3. Motion to the near side. Dixon's going to quick pitch. Bulla chopped down nicely. A nice tackle.
He's hammered down by number 37, Voss.
37 in on the nice tackle. Sam Voss.
Cornerback really did a nice job coming up with spilling that play. Looks like Lowell's catching on to the outside run here that KV's been running. KV may look to throw here.
3rd down and 4. One thing keeping it on the ground's doing it, obviously maybe trying to shorten the game a little bit. 3rd and 5. 1 minute to go, first quarter. Dixon's got problems. He's going to fire over the middle. Got his man dropped. It looked like a first down catch for Andy Bulla, but couldn't handle it at the 48-yard line.
Boy, he almost made the play there. He was under heavy pressure from the Lowell front. It looked like Lowell was going to have a sack there. Somehow he was able to escape, get the ball away. He's going to bring on the punt team here for KV.
French made the hit, but it was well after. The ball went through the receiver's hands. A couple drops tonight.
Yeah, throughout the season, we've really been blessed with some good weather here.
Oh, yeah.
Northwest Indiana. You'd expect this time of year for it to start getting some of the nasty stuff, but boy, another great night for football.
Vanderson bobbles it. Ball loose on the field, but it's going to be covered by the Red Devils at the 20-yard line. Man. Scott Rumasik made the recovery at the 20-yard line. So Lowell's put it on the ground 3 times, Chip, and they've been fortunate to get it back twice.
Yeah, that's not I'm sure Coach Kennedy and his staff aren't real pleased with this right now. You wonder how many times you can dodge the bullet with the turnovers, but...
Didn't look like he was real pleased with this, just as you said that. He was using that high voice. 1st and 10 for O'Connell and the Red Devils from the 20-yard line. It's Galt across the 25 to the 27 for Chris Galt. 7 yards on first down. David Veldman was there on the stop for the Cougars.
They've really had a lot of success there on first down, running over the right side. Those guys on the right side of the offensive line, Reed and Wachowski, along with the tight end Wengert, that's really been successful for Lowell here.
2nd and short, 2nd and a couple. French cuts back, or close to the first down. Should have it at the 31. Stays low nicely, boy. He's hard to pick out from behind those linemen. Well, tell me about your staff. I see one familiar face here. familiar to me, Northwest Indiana High School football. Well, we'll talk about it when we come back. After one, we are scoreless. Lowell and KV as they battle for the milk jug on PBS 56.
Next time on Classical Visions, additional selections of Georg Friedrich Handel's Concerti Grossi Opus 6. Soloists of the Polish National Radio Symphony perform Opus 6 No. 2. And the Łódź Chamber Orchestra performs selections including Opus 6 No. 12. On the next Classical Visions.
I'm Mary Lou Metzger, your host for this week's Lawrence Welk Show. Here's some highlights.
Everybody sing, I believe in music. I believe in love.
Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
We're back as we're ready to start the second quarter. 1st and 10. Red Devils, no score. Here's French. Hits the line and is corralled by a couple of Cougars after a gain of a couple. 83 was there again. Jeremy Kroll on the stop.
Lowe went with the toss to the left side that time. KV linebacker was right there to fill the play at the line of scrimmage.
I saw Ryan Turley here. He was at LaPorte, and he's now at Wheeler on your staff, huh?
Right. We've been very fortunate to get Coach Turley to come over, and he will serve as our defensive coordinator as well as the varsity boys track coach.
2nd and 7. O'Connell right on the money again. The Van Dersen at the 46-yard line. What was this guy's percentage? What did we have it at 44? He's been throwing the ball real well tonight.
Boy, he looks great tonight. He's right on the money. They came there with the play action to Van Dersen. This ball's right where it needs to be. The defender's right on his shoulder, and he goes down and gets it.
Did have the one dropped, but he has had the ball on the money tonight. 1st and 10 Red Devils at their 46. Galt through the middle. Hit, still on his feet. He's going to break it 40 to the 30. Nobody with an angle on him. Chris Galt all the way for the touchdown. 54 yards, and Lowell has a 6-0 lead.
Well, you had a feeling, Joe, that was bound to happen. They were kind of having their way with him up front. They bring the left guard around on the power play, and boy, I don't know. I think even the Renegade might have been able to get through that hole.
Possibly. I don't know. I don't think he would have been able to handle that hit, though, and keep his balance and go all the way 54 yards for the touchdown. Chris Galt, who took it all the way into the end zone, and now Lowell will try to extend the lead. Jeff Baker is on. Snap's good, kick is up, and the kick is good. 10:55 to go, first half. After a couple of good drives, Lowell is on the board. This is going to be a big series for the Cougars now after Lowell put some points on the board.
Yeah, KV's defense was able to force a couple turnovers early there in the first quarter. Now Lowell's hit the big play. That defense has spent a lot of time on the field, and the offense is going to have to move the ball and let those guys take a little bit of a break.
Who else is on your staff at Wheeler?
Mark Kroll came over from Portage. He worked with the offensive line over there, and he's going to serve as our offensive coordinator. We've also been able to get Dave Milligan, Paul Payne, Craig Patterson, and Scott Drake come over. So we're real happy with the staff we were able to put together in a short period of time, and we're excited.
Have you had to keep Ryan Turley away from telling the kids about Hobart Pride?
Well, you know what? It's been kind of nice to get some people from some different programs, and you know, you get a lot of different ideas and people with a lot of different backgrounds.
Chris Galt, 54 yards into the end zone. Had got hit at about the KV 40, but was able to keep his balance. Kick taken at the 10-yard line. Cutting outside at the 20 and being be driven down at the 20-yard line as the ball carrier, 31. Brandon Baker on the return.
Great coverage there by the Lowell kickoff team. Van Derzen was the first one down there, but he had some friends there in a hurry. Not real good field position here to start for KV at their own 19.
It was Chris Galt who scored the touchdown, who was also in on the tackle. 1st and 10 Cougars at the 20. Dixon. Off play action, going to roll left. Looking. Still looking, going to tuck it under and run. Good decision, gets driven forward. Forward to the 28-yard line for a gain of about 8 yards on the play.
Boy, again, a great decision to tuck the ball under and run with it. He was under heavy pressure. That was defensive end from Lowell, Blanca, that was putting the pressure on. He got outside and picked up 8 yards, 9 yards.
See, the tackle drove him forward. 2nd and 1. Dixon gives Bula across the 30, has the first down to the 31-yard line.
Well, this is what they need to do here. They need to move the chains, hold on to the ball, and hopefully they can mount a drive and get some points on the board.
Andy Bula to the 31. Clock continues to run inside of 10 minutes for the first half. 7-0 Lowell. The Cougars trying to mount a drive here. Have it 1st and 10 at their 31-yard line. Here's the handoff. There's a huge hole. 40 to the 47-yard line goes the ball carrier. It looked like it was 29 Spurgeon. Matt Spurgeon on the carry up the middle that time.
Yeah, this quick hitter. KV's got some misdirection going and gave it to the inside man. He had a nice crease in there.
I've been impressed with how KV has moved the ball. They haven't been able to sustain a drive, but they have pounded out some first downs. 1st and 10 at their 49. Receivers to each side for Dixon. Long count. Here's Spurgeon, hit at the midfield stripe that time. Only a gain of a yard as the Lowell defense collapsed on the ball carrier. Vince Blahunka was there first for the tackle.
Left side of the Lowell defensive line really got some penetration there and really shut that play down before it had a chance to get started.
Who of your coaches, and you played, as we said, 3 sports, who had the biggest effect on you, and who do you think with your coaching style you're going to resemble more of somebody maybe you played for?
Well, I kind of think that I was fortunate enough to play for a lot of great coaches, and I think you take a little bit from all of them.
Bulla was tackled at the 48-yard line, so a loss of a couple. It's going to be 3rd down and 10.
Boy, Lowell really looks quick to the ball. Their second-level people, their linebackers and their defensive backs, really doing a nice job of stringing this out.
Yep. Stayed out there nicely, strung it out, and made the play. I remember we'll talk about it after this play. 3rd and 11 from the 48. Bulla in motion. Dixon off play action. Going to fire down the field. Threw it in traffic. Almost picked off. A couple of Red Devils had a chance at the football, but Chris Kimbrell had his hands on the football. It'll be 4th down and 10.
Boy, Kimbrell really did a nice job of really baiting him into this throw. He was with this receiver the whole time and stepped in front. I think if he'd have made this catch, he was gone, Joe.
I remember talking to Brad Smith about 3 or 4 years ago, and he was telling coaches that you were going to be a heck of an offensive coach and a heck of a football coach. What do you take from Coach Smith?
Well, Coach Smith has obviously had a big effect on me, and you know, as I've entered into the education and the coaching profession, and he's a class person and a great coach, and really a lot of what we're doing is a reflection of him and things that he's done in the past.
You guys have played quite a few games already, huh?
Yeah, we've been able to play a little bit of a freshman schedule as well as a JV schedule. Both are getting just our freshmen and sophomores a chance to play, as well as some of the juniors and the 4 seniors that we have.
1st and 10 for Lowell. They lead 7-0. $7:55 to go, first half. Split back set behind O'Connell. Here's Galt. First Galt hit, this time by Spurgeon. Lunges forward to the 34.
Spurgeon up there with a big hit. They really had a nice hole through the line of scrimmage, but he really fills this in a hurry.
Galt has scored the game's only touchdown. Big hit by Spurgeon at 2nd and 4. O'Connell. Cougars jumping around along the defensive line. They throw over the middle there, and well, no, it's not going to be a catch. Incomplete. Intended for Huseman.
Yeah, I think that was the first one we've seen tonight where he was a little bit off the mark. They tried to go with the slant pattern inside. KV's hopping into that 5-man front again. They've really got a lot of people crammed in there in the box, as they'll say, and Lowell went to the pass.
3rd and 4. Stops the clock at 7:14. 7-0 Red Devils. O'Connell's going to roll left. Still rolling and look to try to run it upfield. Going to be hit and taken down very close to the first down marker, but he's going to need a good spot if they're going to have it. Yep, they move it back. They move it back inside the 30 now, no, more toward the 29. I think he's a little short.
Yeah, I think it's going to depend on the mark here. This is really a good play by him, though. He knows he's got 4 yards to get for the first down. You can see him. He's leaning there trying to fall forward to get it.
We have some scores from around the area. All of these are second quarter scores.
So it looks like it's going to be 4th and short. It may be decision time for Kirk Kennedy and the Red Devils.
And Drain 7 and Hammond High 0.
Well, they're going to have it. Got a good spot. O'Connell got a good spot, and Lowell has the first down. Just shy of the 30-yard line. Football success is not something entirely new to Lowell. Of course, they were in the semi-state in the 90s as well.
Coach Kennedy's really had a good program here. A few years back, like you said, they went to the semi-state. They beat Hobart a few years ago in the playoffs. So, you know, while they were down a little bit last year, don't let them kid you. It's not like they're bringing this program up from nothing. He's had a good program here for the last 6-7 years.
French is trapped behind the line of scrimmage that time. A real good defensive play. Zach Jesko on the stop.
Lowell went to the quick toss that time. It's the second time they've run that. KV secondary did a nice job of stringing this out.
Jesko, the first man there. Steve Myers cleaned up.
Well, that's a nice play by the defensive end, Jesko. That's a tough play to get a defensive end to stop. He does a nice job of getting out there on that.
2nd and 11. Huseman wide left. Split backfield for O'Connell. Fake the draw. He's going to try to roll left. Fires over the head of Huseman. That time he had a lineman upfield in his face and caused him to throw it maybe a little quicker than he wanted to.
Yeah, KV got some good pressure there, and Lowell had a couple people running free in the secondary, but, you know, the best pass defense is always get somebody in the quarterback's face, and KV got in there on that one.
3rd down and 11. Two receivers coming to the near side. 6:05 to go, first half. O'Connell, here's the draw to French. French breaks it outside, 35, gets to the sideline, 40, spins, 45, still on his feet. Finally taken down inside KV territory to the 49-yard line. First down, Red Devils.
Boy, that's a great call by the Lowell staff. They're at 3rd and 11, and they come with the draw. Boy, that really opened up. French really does a nice job of making a cut here to the left, and for a second there, I thought he might go.
He is shifty, and he is quick. course, wearing old number 6. Mike Pickett wore that. Played for Ball State. And, of course, Lowell before that. Great run by French. 1st and 10 Lowell at the KV 49. Galt hits the middle. To the 47-yard line goes the ball carrier.
Met by number 83, Jeremy Kroll.
Nice job by the KV front of closing down there and taking away the fullback. Lowell continuing to run the fullback inside there, more or less just to keep the KV defense honest. I'd look for him to get the ball back into French's hands here on 2nd down.
2nd and 9. O'Connell with a receiver to each side, split backs. We'll be changing the play a little bit. 2nd and 9. Gonna go lob it right side, looking for Huseman, makes the catch, stays on his feet, gets away from the first defender, taken out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Somebody got caught trying to play the ball there.
Boy,
Huseman made a catch.
That's really a nice job by Huseman of going up and getting that ball. O'Connell just kind of left that ball out there for him. He goes up and fights over the defender, goes in between 2 guys. That's really a real athletic play there.
Brandon Baker made the tackle. And Lowell now in business, deep in KV territory at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Red Devils. O'Connell. Stumbles, catches his feet, gets a couple yards out of it, down to the 13.
Looked like a busted play there, Joe. O'Connell does a pretty good job of getting a couple yards out of not a whole lot.
Yep, looked like bad timing on the exchange, broken play, and he did do a good job just to get a couple yards gain out of it.
So we're coming down here with 4 minutes left in the half. It's important. Lowell's really dominated this game, but you look at the scoreboard and it's still only 7-0. It's important here for Lowell to get some more points on the board.
Here's French. French with a nice move left, got to the 10-yard line. So how is the enthusiasm over there at Wheeler with football?
Well, with anything new, it's been exciting and fresh, and we've had tremendous support, not only from our community, but from our administration and the student body. And really, we couldn't have asked for any better. Everybody's excited, and I think we're all looking forward to getting ready to go here next fall.
3rd and 5 from the KV 10. O'Connell's going to be incomplete as he fired the right side to Huseman.
Intended for 20, Dave Huseman.
Looked like a little bit of miscommunication there between O'Connell and his receiver on the outside. You see Lowell's quarterback and receivers doing a lot of hand signaling, and looked like they just weren't quite on the same page with that one.
Here's the replay. Yep. One, but somebody zigged when they should have zagged, and ball thrown behind him. It's going to be 4th and 5.
Jeff Baker on the hold from Huseman.
So Jeff Baker will come on to try to kick a field goal and make it 10-0. It's going to be spotted at the 27-yard line. Snap is good, kick is up. And let's see, nope, a little wide right, plenty of distance. But a hair right, and it will remain 7-0, which is just what you talked about. Wanted to get some more points on the board here before halftime, and it is still just a 7-0 game.
Right, both of his kicks have really looked good off the foot, and it appears that he definitely has the leg on those, and that's something that Lowell will take advantage of as they move down the road in the playoffs. So you got to have those special teams.
So the Cougars have it back with 3:19 to go first half. The 20-yard line. Cougar offense back out on the field.
Boy, if KB could get some points on the board here, the final drive of the first half, it'd really be a momentum booster, taking it into the locker room.
Spurgeon on the carry, shots to him on the tackle. Correction, Blue on that last carry.
2nd and 8 for the Cougars. Here's the handoff. Bula across the 23 to the 24-yard line. Now Lowell's going to use some timeouts to try to get the football back.
Yeah, it appears KV's really just trying to take this into the half, 7 down, and trying to shorten the game and make something happen in the second half. They came out there in a 3-wide situation to the near side and kind of looked like they were going to put the ball in the air, but they went with the running play. It'll be interesting to see what happens here on 3rd down.
So timeout Lowell with 2:31 to go first half. 7-0 Red Devils, but yardage-wise, they have really had a stranglehold in this football game. KV has moved the ball well at times on offense, but has not been able to sustain a drive. And the Red Devils have missed a couple of field goals and have turned the ball over.
Yeah, I think KV, in looking at the scoreboard, is probably pretty happy right now.
Right.
Coming in, play a 6-0 Lowell team here at Lowell. They probably weren't sure what to expect, but I'm not sure how happy Lowell is right now. They've really kind of had their way, you know, in both the offensive and defensive lines, and you know, I don't think that they're real pleased with the 7-0 score.
Every Thursday night, don't forget, right here on Channel 56, the Prep Football Report. Thursday nights at 8. We'll be back there next Thursday, of course, and hopefully the war about the Lake Athletic and the Doolin won't carry on next Thursday night, Chip.
Well, I think Mr. Smith has made some people in the lake a little unhappy, and
can you believe that?
With the year that the Lake's having, with good reason this year.
Another great defensive play. Rumasak on the stop, and Lowell with another timeout. Maybe we should take one. 2:21 to go, first half. It is 7-0 Lowell. We'll be right back after this on PBS 56.
The Channel 56 High School Game of the Week is made possible by
the Orthopedic, Pediatric, and Spine Institute, specializing in treating all aspects of children's orthopedic problems. Dr. Kacharsik, a fellowship-trained children's orthopedic surgeon, specializes in treating congenital birth deformities as well as scoliosis and children's fractures, with offices in Crown Point, Hobart, Dyer, and at the University of Chicago.
And by the financial support of viewers like you.
Next time on Classical Visions, selections of Johann Sebastian Bach. The Woods Chamber Orchestra performs Suite No. 1 in C major. And Suite No. 2 in B minor. On the next Classical Visions.
Fourth down for the Cougars, and they will punt with 2:21 to go. Kroll is back on his 9-yard line. Good snap. And this time he pops this one. Taken by French. Oh, a fair catch. He had about 6-7 yards in front of him, but French makes the fair catch at the 41-yard line. Somebody's got to help him out.
Well, after the first one where they put the ball on the ground, I think he was just looking to secure the punt and give the offense a chance here with 2:15 to go at their own 41.
That was a missed opportunity because Mike French with 5 yards clear in front of him is going to be tough for anybody to handle.
Lowell using 2 of their timeouts there on the last KV offensive possession. Be interesting to see if they go into their 2-minute offense here or if they stay in the huddle.
Now the Cougars will use a timeout. So KV uses a timeout defensively. And Doug Greenlee, we haven't talked much about the former basketball coach, baseball coach, now turned football coach. And Doug jokes about how much he's involved and how much he knows about football, but he wanted to have us make sure that we gave some credit to Bill Pete, his longtime defensive coordinator that has been at KV, coaching the defense for 13 years and is doing a heck of a job. And is actually doing a heck of a job tonight because he's only got 7 points on the board against him.
Well, KV's kids definitely look like they're very well prepared and they're ready to go. You you know, coming in here again to play this Lowell ball club that's 6-0, I wasn't really sure what to expect here, but they look up to the task tonight.
They have come to play. They've got a huge yardage disparity, probably. You see, Mark's prediction was 28-0 in this ball game. 7-0 right now with 2:15 to go, first half. Red Devils with the football back. Joe O'Connell has a receiver to each side. They pitch French. French stumbles, still on his feet. Kroll stood him up and made the stop at the 46-yard line, so now the clock will run. Doug also wanted to send out some best wishes to his father-in-law, Don Williams, who is recovering from a quadruple bypass, so we send our best wishes to him. Doug is a great guy. And he's been in KV for 14 years, and he's lasted. He's been a survivor. Over the middle, over the throw, and incomplete. Somebody was wide open.
KV's hopped into their nickel package. It looks like a 4-3 with two safeties in the middle of the field. Lowell runs the tight end delay here, and he has the tight end wide open over the middle of the field. Just wasn't able to execute.
Dan Weinhardt was open. Just a little overthrown. It incomplete. Nobody covering the big tight end in the middle of the football field. 2nd and 10, 1:41 to go. Third down and 7. O'Connell fires the left side. Got Van Dersen, had it, juggled it, got hit. Incomplete at the KV 42-yard line.
That's that route that Lowell's been running in the first half here to the two receiver side. The inside receiver runs an out route, and O'Connell really throws this ball well, and he's put that ball on the money about 4 times here in the first half.
And unfortunately for Matt, he had the ball go through his hands on his side of the field, and Coach Kennedy was ready for him after that play.
Great protection there again by the Lowell offensive line.
So the Red Devils will punt. Short boot. Going to land upfield, and KV will have it at the 33-yard line with 1:27 to go first half.
The 33-yard line.
KV has the ball here in their own territory again with their last possession, running the ball on 3 straight plays. I would expect them to run this out and take the 7-0 score into the half, and they ought to feel pretty good about that. Ball bounce here or there, and they've got a tie ball game. They're right in it.
I think the biggest play of the first half was the fumble down here that they couldn't cover on the punt. They would have had the ball on the 20-yard line with a short field that if they were going to win the game tonight, they were going to have to take some advantage of some breaks like that.
Sure, they would have been in 4-down territory, and that would have been by far their best opportunity to put points on the board.
Handoff. I believe it's Spurgeon to the 35. Yep, that's Spurgeon.
Brought down by 43, Chris Patterson.
They are going to let the clock. Oh, wait a minute. Now, I think KV did use a timeout. They haven't thrown the ball that much, but they do use a timeout here with 1:17 to go in the first half.
Well, you mentioned you talked to Coach Greenlee in the pre-games, and he mentioned he had a couple tricks up his sleeve that he may use tonight. So maybe we'll see one.
This is the time to bring them out. They've got to feel good about it, even if they do have a turnover, because Lowell is out of timeouts. They have used their timeouts. KV's got 1 left. 2nd and 7. Yeah, Kirk Kennedy, you can see he can get a little fired up. I love he used to tell me the stories about when he was a player at Louisville and Howard Schnellenberger came in and made a 100-man roster about 58 in about a month and a half. Ran some guys out of there.
Right, and watching Coach Kennedy on the sideline here in the first half, he doesn't look real happy. He looks like a caged tiger down there.
Spurgeon on the ball carrier to the 39. He knows that they have not taken advantage of their opportunities tonight. And they're in a close game that maybe shouldn't be this close. And this is when you can get into bad habits. You obviously don't want to come out and play poorly when you've got the schedule that they've got coming up. They still have Munster left.
Right, they still have both Munster and Andrean left, and you know, there is the tendency to look ahead a little bit, and I'm sure Coach Kennedy will make that very clear to his squad here at halftime.
Crystal clear, probably. Here's Dixon's handoff. And first down yardage. So the clock will stop as they move the chains. That's Bula on the carry. Andy Bula comes up a little slow.
It's a good hard run there by Bula, picking up the first down.
You see him get tackled. Has the first down at the 44-yard line. So you guys will be an independent the next season, right?
Right. We'll start as an independent. We'll be a 2A squad. We will be in the state playoffs next year.
Underthrown, incomplete on first down, so 2A.
Right.
Wow.
We're at a enrollment somewhere around 500, and you know, we'll be looking to be in the same sectional with Rensselaer, North Judson, Winnemac, schools like that.
2nd and 10. Well, that's a pretty good sectional. Here's the Dixon's throw. Catchable ball, but a little low and incomplete. That's definitely good sectional. I think it's at Lake Station in that sectional.
Lake Station's in that sectional, and they won the sectional last year.
That's right.
Right.
Overthrown by Dixon, incomplete. He was throwing it to the sideline, but his receiver had pulled up. Steve Myers had pulled up at the 40-yard line of Lowell. They were down to 5.1 seconds left.
Lowell's into their nickel package now. They've got 4 guys deep in the secondary that really not going to let the KV wide receivers get behind him at this point.
3rd down and 10. Here's Dixon. Turns, and that's going to run out the first half. So the Cougars will go to the locker room down 7-0. At halftime, Lowell leads 7-0. We'll come back, have a little halftime right after this on PBS 56.
I will aim to miss, but I cannot speak for my friends.
Next on Mystery, a confrontation with a mastermind of mayhem.
This is a traditional, old-fashioned country house mystery.
These people are heavy-duty villains. Who's the detective and who are the suspects?
That is the first mystery.
Oliver's Travels on Mystery.
Hello, I'm Jim Lara. Please join me every weeknight at 10 p.m. for the News Hour, right here on WYIN, Northwest Indiana's public television station.
Here's all the scoring in the first half. A 54-yard touchdown run by Chris Galt. And the Lowell Red Devils have a 7-0 lead. Each and every week in our 56th game of the week, we honor our 56 most valuable people. And we've got a pair that have been together on Friday nights and not just more than Friday nights for a long time. Roger and Joan Abraham are our winners tonight of our 56 most valuable people. You've been out here doing the chain gang at least 10 years is what Don Bales told me.
Yeah, I think it is at least 10.
How did you guys ever get started, husband and wife coming out here to pull the chain?
Well, one night I come over to a freshman game, and somebody asked me to do the chains. When I got home, I says, hey, they let me do the chains, and she says, I want to do that. And we've been doing it ever since.
She didn't want to keep track of actually exactly where you were at, did she?
I think that's what it was.
Why is it important for you to come out and support the Lowell High School athletics?
Well, we both love football, and I just admire these guys so much. I tell you, for 40-some years, I've regretted not playing high school football, and this just helps me feel a little better about it. I just admire these guys tremendously.
What do you think of this great start this year?
Fantastic.
You guys have had a couple big wins down here, Highland and Griffith, huh?
Oh, we sure have. It's just great.
Well, congratulations to both of you, and thanks for coming up tonight.
Okay, thank you very much.
Roger and Joan Abraham are winners of our 56 Game of the Week Most Valuable Persons tonight. We congratulate them. Let you enjoy some of the band. It is 7-0 Lowell at halftime. We'll come back. with the third quarter right after this on Channel 56.
The Channel 56 High School Game of the Week is made possible by
the Orthopedic, Pediatric, and Spine Institute, specializing in treating all aspects of children's orthopedic problems. Dr. Kacharsik, a fellowship-trained children's orthopedic surgeon, specializes in treating congenital birth deformities as well as scoliosis and children's fractures, with offices in Crown Point, Hobart, Dyer, and at the University of Chicago.
The Channel 56 High School Game of the Week is made possible by
Paul Sir Pontiac, 6300 Broadway, Merrillville, Indiana. You're gonna love it at Paul Sir Pontiac.
And by the financial support of viewers like you.
On Peak Practice, a young teenager has trouble fitting in at school.
I'm fine, honest.
But that may be the least of her worries,
He's all over me.
as she accuses her teacher of making sexual advances. But what's at the root of the problem?
All I ever wanted was for Josie to be normal.
A normal life on Peak Practice.
We are ready to start the third quarter back at Lowell. The Red Devils with a 7-0 lead on homecoming. Those guys aren't cold. Some of our crew's cold outside, but those guys aren't. Those guys aren't standing on the top of the press box either, though, so it's probably a little chillier up there. KV will get the football to start the third quarter. Jeff Baker has it on the tee at the 40-yard line. Chris Galt, 54-yard touchdown run is our scoring tonight. Going to be short and out of bounds, so they may move him back or take it at the 35-yard line. We understand that Highland is hammering Munster tonight. That's a little bit of a surprise. Let's check out the KV offensive line. Corbett, Lawley, Nimitz, Niemiller, Veldman, and Kroll. Anthony Dixon is the quarterback. Bulla and Spurgeon have been the primary ball carriers. Berg and Colbreth are the split ends. Defensively, for Lowell, Blahunka, Hisao, Wachowski, and Crocker, Kersey, Shantub, Rumasek, and Patterson, Kimbrell, French, and Van Dersen. And KV will start first and 10, 35-yard line for Anthony Dixon and the Cougars. Well, they were pretty conservative in the first half, Chip, and we'll see if they try to open it up a little bit here to get even in this football game.
Yeah, I think they're pretty happy with the score being 7-0 coming out of halftime. I wouldn't expect to see anything a whole lot different from KV. Maybe if the score stays close here during the third quarter, you might see them open it up a little bit towards the fourth quarter.
Spurgeon and Bulla have been the primary ball carriers. That was Matt Spurgeon. We should mention that Kankakee Valley's leading ball carrier, not here tonight. Mark Copen, the junior, 5'11", 200 pounds, suffered a concussion last week against North Judson. Not able to play tonight. Here's the inside reverse. Not much there. Back to the 30-yard line. A loss of a yard, in fact. It'll be third down and 10.
Tried to come with the counter play on that one. The linebacker from Lowell, Shantub, really did a good job of staying at home and really got that play, stopped that play for a loss before it could really get going.
I haven't been to a football game where we had two looser coaches out at the center of the football field before this game. Kirk Kennedy and Doug Greenlee were just yucking it up, enjoying life. Dixon's going to be sacked back deep in KV territory at the 22-yard line. Somebody got a hand on the foot and got him down. Was it Marcus Shantub, 32, who had got a hand on the foot? We're going to see the replay.
I think it was Patterson from the outside, came in and made the sack there. Lowell defensive unit. Looks like Coach Kennedy may have got their attention a little bit at halftime. Look a little more inspired out here to start the third quarter.
Their linebackers are active, huh? Patterson holds on for the tackle there. Kroll will punt. On fourth down, there's a low driver. pops up in the air, and it's going to be a pretty effective punt down to the Lowell 39-yard line. That's where the Lowell offense will come out. Their first series of the third quarter with a 7-0 lead. I was asking you before the game about your philosophy offensively as you see the Lowell starters. You're of the belief that you got to build around your talent a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I kind of think that, offensively the objective is to score points. And, whatever you can line up that will best suit your personnel to score points is what you've got to go with.
1st and 10. French bounces outside, 45, 50. Inside KB territory. First down yardage, Lowell at the 47-yard line. One of the Lowell assistants trying to work John Goss. Wanting a personal foul penalty on the sideline.
Boy, here you see the replay. This is really a great bounce by the tailback here for Lowell. 29 Spurgeon was in the backfield. Really makes a great cut to the outside.
1st and 10, Red Devils at the 47. O'Connell. French 45, stays low, gets inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line, gain of about 9.
Tackle by number 46, Radar Johnson.
Well, we thought
Pickup of 8 yards.
it could have been an interesting halftime in the Lowell locker room, and they've come out and they do look a little more charged up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they've given the ball here to French a couple times there with a little misdirection cross, and he really does a nice job of falling forward to gain those extra yards.
2nd and a couple. Chris Galt down the right sideline this time. He's finally taken down at the 22-yard line by Myers. They've got it all working here on the first 3 plays of the third quarter.
Looked like the same play they ran to French on the play before. Galt bounces it to the outside and really makes a nice run. Boy, every time Galt's touched the ball, he's giving them a chance to break it.
Well, they got a couple of really good-looking two-back set here.
Sure do. That's really a nice advantage to have 2 guys that have a chance to bust in one every play.
French on the first down carry gains 4. Yeah, we've heard about French, but haven't heard that much about Chris Galt. We're seeing a lot of him tonight.
Right, he really looks good, and it really gives the Lowell offense a balance with O'Connell and Huseman and the other wide receiver to the outside, number 21, Van Derzen. So balance with the Lowell offense really makes them tough to defend.
2nd and 8. Somebody jumps into the neutral zone, and they're going to get 5 yards here. It's going to be 2nd down and 3. Well, halftime score we got was 25-0 Highland over Munster.
Encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty.
That really surprises me because I really thought Munster was going to give them a heck of a football game tonight.
Right, I think that both of those teams are probably pretty well matched. I think, when you find out what happened in the game, I'd be really surprised if one team is just dominating the other. Probably turnovers had something to do with that. And,
here's a great hit in the backfield. Wow. Jeremy Kroll again belts French that time. That might have been the best hit of the night so far. Let's check out the replay.
Boy, that's a big hit. He just beat the tight end across in front, came in, got him up high, turned the back right around.
Yep, that's going at an offensive lineman or a tight end that missed a block right there.
Yeah, with the camera shot there of Coach Kennedy, it sounds like he's letting some of his boys know how he feels about that play.
3rd down and 7. Here's French off left tackle. Nice cut inside. And he's going to have the first down inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal. Lowell at about the 7.
Boy, another big hole over there on the left side over Cumanus and Montgomery. French really had no trouble getting it going there. Makes a nice cut. Make it 1st down and goal.
We saw him work that right side of the offensive line in the first half. That was a big hole on the left side. 1st and goal, Red Devils, and a flag and a whistle stopping this play with 7:17 to go, third quarter.
Flags on the field to stop the play.
Yeah, help me out with that one.
penalty is on the Cougars.
Let's see if we can hear it.
Illegal substitution on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
Illegal substitution.
Illegal substitution on the defense.
That penalty will be a half the distance to the goal line. So
It's going to be 1st and goal now, Lowell from the 3-yard line.
Well, I think Lowell's done exactly what they had hoped to do coming out of the break here. They've they stopped the KV offense on 3 plays, and after the punt and taking the ball at their own 39, they've been able to march it right down the field here, and they look as if they're going to be able to punch it in.
1st and goal at the 3. Here's French. French stopped shy of the goal line.
He's met right at the line of scrimmage.
Somebody with a good hit down there along the KV defense. Might have been Spurgeon, 29, who came in and met the ball carrier.
Lowell went to an unbalanced line there with 2 receivers to the left and the tight end over as well. Be interesting to see if they're going to throw a pass here into the other corner of the end zone.
Second and goal. Here's French in the end zone, touchdown. 2-yard touchdown run for French, and it's 13-0 Lowell.
Went with the double tight end set there, and straight out of the eye, just straight ahead power football, getting a hat on somebody, and French really does a nice job of keeping his feet moving here. Put Lowell ahead here, 13-0.
Cheer up Coach Kennedy a little bit. He has already walked all the way down the sidelines to the KV side of the field. He was doing a lot of screaming at some players here in the first 2.5 quarters. Baker's extra point attempt is up, and it is good. 14-0 Lowell. 6:16 to go. 3rd quarter. Nice drive to start 3rd for the Red Devils as they extend the lead. Next Wednesday is going to be a huge day in high school football. The sectional drawn, especially for Lowell. Their 4A sectional. 4A sectional is really loaded, Chip, with Munster, Griffith, Lowell, and Highland. The draw is going to be very important there.
Yeah, I think, you know, as in any sport, getting that draw, it's really an advantage if you can get a situation where you might not draw one of the stronger teams in the sectional, and you know, now we're at the point in the season where you start to look ahead and get yourself ready for that sectional opponent.
Right.
And not to say that you're not going to play out your last 2 games. You know, especially with Lowell, with the 2 opponents that they have, and they'll be vying for the Lake Black title. But no, there's also an eye towards the playoffs and their ultimate goal.
Right. Well, I think it's difficult if you have 3 very difficult sectional games, as opposed to maybe playing a lesser opponent, and you can possibly have 1 or 2 very difficult sectional games. As you see the ball return to the 15-yard line, it may really severely hinder a team that's got to load up against 3 tough opponents 3 weeks in a row.
Right, I would agree with you. For years, everybody has said that Sectional 1 and 5A has always been, you know, the toughest sectional in the state. But the 4A sectional this year, with the balance and the strength of the teams coming out of the Lake Black, that will be every bit as tough as any sectional.
In fact, I can recall back in 1992 when a Crown Point team got East Chicago the week after the huge game against Maryville. You remember that?
Yeah.
There's the handoff and the run out to the 20-yard line. East Chicago was undefeated, had Tom Lukowski on their team and Martel France, and everybody all year long looked forward to Maryville and East Chicago in the sectional, and then Crown Point got them the next week.
Well, that was just one of those situations where probably the 2 high-profile teams in the area got a chance to play. And
what's that formation? I think IU ran that last year. There's going to be picked off by Van Dersen. Van Dersen to the 40. Kroll's going to get a hand on him, but couldn't get him down. Tackled at the 37-yard line.
Well, I don't know what this is, Joe. We're going to have to see this again. I think it was the polecat. They call this the lonesome polecat. Lake Central
That's right.
has been doing this for years. They line up this way before their extra points. And, you know, it's something that they very rarely ever do, but it's something that you have to prepare for.
Right.
And KV came out in it and tried to spread it out and open it up. And you know what? It's credit to KV for doing that. They weren't having a whole lot of success moving the ball. And, you know, why not try something different?
1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Galt runs off left guard and into the KV secondary down at the 28-yard line. Yeah, you had a pretty good night that night, if I recall, on a wet field in Crown Point against East Chicago in the sectionals. I can remember doing that game.
Well, as I remember, it was a cold night.
Yeah.
You know, we did our best the night before. We were out there with the fire hoses, and we were spraying the field down to make sure that it would freeze up.
I thought that was an old Lake Central trick.
Well,
Coach Smith and Coach Britton are good friends, so he might have helped him out on that trick. 2nd and a couple. Here's Galt. Galt with first down yardage to the 25 before he's torn down by, well, I'll tell you what, Jeremy Crowell's playing a heck of a football game. He's out there trying to catch passes, and he's making tackles.
He's had a couple of big-time hits here tonight.
He and Brian Colbreth are all over the field as well. Another Lowell first down at the 26. The lonesome polecat. I think IU was getting that information a couple years ago. First year for Camp Cameron, got that.
Yeah, I remember Northwestern ran it a little bit last year when they were having trouble moving the ball.
Here's French hitting the backfield.
Boy, that's Kroll again.
Yeah. Somebody block 83. Nice hit again. French is going back to the huddle. Say, hey fellas, 83. Who's man? Because he got lit up a few minutes ago by Kroll. 2nd and 10. 14-0 Red Devils. They're looking to go 7-0 and hold on to the milk jug. I formation. O'Connell going to roll left. Kroll after him. Throws it to Galt. Galt inside the 15 down to the 12-yard line. He'll have a first down there.
Takes it close to the 10-yard line, brought down by Matusiak.
O'Connell rolling left on this throw. He finds Galt coming out of the backfield. I'm really impressed with Galt. I didn't know a whole lot about him coming in, but he's shown some breakaway speed. He does a nice job of blocking for French. He's doing a lot of the dirty work in there, but did a nice job there getting out and catching the ball.
Well, what you said a few minutes ago about having to defend their weapons, they've got more than one or two weapons. Quarterback, all their skilled people have had the ball tonight and been effective. 1st and 10. Galt hit in the backfield this time, and he'll go down for a loss of a yard.
Guess who, Joe?
Yeah. It's turned into the Jeremy Kroll highlight reel.
Mr. Kroll's in there again.
2nd and 11. The thing that surprised me about Lowell's win over Highland was the fact that they ran for 166 yards. And Brand last week ran the ball pretty well against the Highland defense. I really didn't think Highland would be giving up many rushing yards this season.
Well, Highland has a good defense, but I think you don't want to discount the fact that both Lowell and Andrean have some physical kids up front.
Right.
And they do make it a point, both programs, to run the football. And, you know, I don't know that I would look a whole lot into Highland's defense. It's just the commitment that both Lowell and Andrean have made into running the football.
Van Dersen's run was to the 1, but we got a flag, and it's going to be holding against Lowell. Last week's game was one of the best games we've had on 56 in a while. There was some hard hitting. Andrean's got a stud, Bill Newton. He's 6'7", 250. A lot of Division I schools want him.
By the offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat the down, 2nd down.
Jeff Hatt is a heck of a football player. Kevin Boyd's a great player, and Havens, and the Highland offensive line, their tackles have played well. It was an outstanding, hard-hitting game last week.
That sure was an excellent football game, going down to the wire like that. I'm really impressed with Kevin Boyd at Highland. really has a lot of poise. He has the arm, has the feet. He's really been a nice player up there for the last 2-3 years.
2nd and 11. O'Connell fires right corner, up for grabs, incomplete, broken up nicely by Steve Myers. Huseman was the intended receiver, and Myers broke it up.
Similar play to what we saw in the first half. O'Connell got the ball up there, and really this is a good ball, and it's in the right spot. It's just a good play by the defensive back coming over to break it up.
Yeah, it really was. Good coverage. Good throw again. It was on the money, but good coverage. 3rd and 11. 2:17 to go, 3rd quarter. 14-0 Red Devils. Offset eye to the right side. Wide receiver to each side. Oh, there's some movement. They're going to make it a 3rd and 6 instead of a 3rd and 11.
That's about the 3rd time Lowell's been able to do that tonight.
Dead ball foul, encroachment by the defense, 5-yard penalty.
How is the, or is there a feeder program in the Wheeler School area for football? Has there been over the years?
This year we've also started a middle school program as well. And we've got about 35, 36 kids in the 7th and 8th grade out for football. The kids that at the younger ages have traditionally gone either to play Pop Warner in Valpo or Pop Warner in Maryville. Some have also gone to Portage.
3rd and 6. Here's the draw to French. French going to be chopped down before the first down marker. It's going to be 4th and a couple.
Picks up a couple yards, but not enough for a first down.
So has it been mostly teaching the game then this year, fundamentals?
Yeah, with starting out this year, we didn't want to get into a situation where we spent so much time getting ourselves ready to play that we weren't able to spend some time on fundamentals. So the games we played, we haven't spent any time game planning for anybody. We've just been trying to teach the fundamentals because we didn't want to get into a situation next year where we said, man, I wish we would have gone over that and spent some time with those fundamentals.
They go on 4th down. O'Connell looking end zone corner. Off the hands of Huseman, incomplete. Get a shot at Kirk Kennedy. He is shaking his head. He cannot believe it. At the 30-yard line, he's had some balls dropped, some fumbles tonight.
Great call on 4th down here. We get the bootleg and the rollout to the right. And, everything looks good. They just weren't able to hang on. And I think, this may be something that Lowell's going to learn from a little bit. And, they'll take into Week 8 and Week 9 and also down the road in the playoffs. I think they're fortunate they're playing an opponent tonight that doesn't appear to be able to capitalize on these mistakes.
1st and 10 Cougars from deep in their territory at the 6-yard line. Bula hit at the 4, maybe to the 5-yard line. I talked to Brad Smith the week after the Lowell beat him down here, and Brad says he was looking at the good points of that loss, saying that, our heads are going to be a little out of the clouds now. We're going to listen to the coaches maybe a little more this week, and we're going to get back to working at it. This, if Lowell holds on to win, might be a game where Kirk Kennedy can show them some bad things that they did, and show them some bad things they've done and try to correct some mistakes and get on an undefeated team.
Sure, I think that's always the case, and it's not been the case of a lack of effort tonight on the the part of the Lowell boys. It's just, I think, lack of execution in certain areas.
Nice run out to the 20-yard line for a first down. I believe it's Andy Bulla, whose jersey's got knocked around there. He's got a first down run to the 20.
Big run there for KV to get out from their own end zone, give their offense a little bit of room to work there from the 20. They need to get some points on the board here pretty quick as the 3rd quarter winds down.
The website is updated, folks, www.wyin.org. And you can email us from there or at prepfootball@yahoo.com. Pass is almost picked off by Van Dersen, and a flag in here late. We might get a call on Kimbrell for pass interference as Spurgeon went down. There was some contact. There's some contact as Coach Kennedy's out in the field again.
Pass interference is the call against the Red Devils.
It's going to be pass interference here against Lowell. I don't know, Joe. Let's take a look on the replay.
The contact after
Defensive pass interference, automatic first down, 15-yard penalty.
he ran over the receiver, but it was after one of the other defenders had a play on the ball.
I think KV might have gotten a break on that one.
1st and 10 Cougars. Spurgeon stopped initially, but muscles his way to the 39-yard line.
Brought down by number 37.
Maybe just a hair of concentration on some of those catches tonight. But heck, it's been such a great season so far for Lowell. They've had great wins against Crown Point, Griffith, and Highland. They may have been due for maybe a little lack of execution. After 3, 14-0 Red Devils. We'll be right back after this on PBS 56.
The Channel 56 High School Game of the Week is made possible by
the Orthopedic, Pediatric, and Spine Institute, specializing in treating all aspects of children's orthopedic problems. Dr. Kacharsik, a fellowship-trained children's orthopedic surgeon, specializes in treating congenital birth deformities as well as scoliosis and children's fractures, with offices in Crown Point, Hobart, Dyer, and at the University of Chicago.
I'm Mary Lou Metzger, your host for this week's Lawrence Welk Show. Here's some highlights.
Everybody sing, I believe in music. I believe in love.
Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
It's time. Time for new voices to be heard. Time for a new music to be seen. It's time for sessions at West 54th, the way music looks now. Sessions at West 54th.
Nothing Red Devils as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. I'll tell you what, not a finer place to watch high school football than down here at Lowell High School. What a great crowd again tonight. The Lowell fans show up, Portage fans show up. As we were there a couple weeks ago, no matter what the record is, they come to the ball game and support their team. 2nd and 7. Look out, Dixon. Oh, he gets it away, throws it over the middle. Somebody went up there and made a catch at the 48-yard line. Let's see, was it that man again? Jeremy Kroll? Yep, it was. He made the catch over the middle.
Boy, I don't know. This guy's making his case for All-State tonight. This ball's kind of just thrown up for grabs here over the middle, and Kroll comes down with it. This has been KV's best drive to date tonight.
6'4", 225 tight end. Tape this game, Jeremy, and send it to some college coaches. 1st and 10. Here's Dixon. Gonna pitch it. Ooh, Bulla gonna be hit and gang tackled at the 49-yard line.
Picks up a couple of yards.
Lowell defense doing a nice job of stringing this option play out. Their outside linebackers have really done a good job all night. They've come on out and taken the quarterback and then been off on the pitch to the tailback. That option play really hasn't gotten started.
2nd and 8. 14-0 Lowell. 11 minutes to go in the ball game. Wide receiver to each side for Dixon. Oops. Dixon hit, trying to pitch it late. Now we got a turnover. Lowell's going to recover at the 37-yard line. We saw a bad pitch lead to a turnover last week. That one was picked up by the Red Devils, 37, Sam Voss, who's had a nice game tonight. That play didn't get started well either.
This play's got problems from the start. I think this is going to be a pass. It looks like both backs are setting here for pass protection. The quarterback, Dixon, comes out of here and tries to make a pitch and doesn't work out. Lowell comes up with a big turnover.
You know, so I've got to mention this. 1st and 10 coming up. We'll mention it after this play. Here's the handoff. French.
Handoff to Chris Galt.
Oh, it was Galt. Galt inside the 35 to the 34. What a loud applause a few moments ago when it was announced that the game was going to be on Channel 56 tonight. We don't always get that kind of great reception.
2nd down and 6.
You saying you've been having a little trouble with the Portage fans, Joe?
Yeah. Not as much as some people, but I've been, I got some raspberries at me. I thought I was Mark Smith when I was over there at Portage a few weeks ago. Here's French with a nice run, breaks it outside, cuts outside to the 20, to the 15, now the cut back down to the 10-yard line. They've had some good running backs down there, and he's a good one as well.
Yeah, he looks real good. They come with the counter here. Little misdirection down to the left side. He busts it to the outside, makes a nice inside move, and then gets to the sideline. I thought he was going to go.
5'7", 151, and a junior. He gets a little stronger. He's going to be something to handle as well as the remainder of this season, but next season. Boy, I cannot remember their other tremendous running back they had down there, Michael Pickett, and then after him, wow, having a brain cramp. We haven't been down here in a little while. Somebody here will remember. Young man that went on and walked on in Purdue. Here's French, hit and cut down in the backfield to the 9-yard line. What do you think tomorrow, Purdue and Michigan?
Well, I don't know. I don't envy the Purdue kids coming into that stretch of ball games that they've got they're coming into. I think it's an advantage for Purdue that they haven't played Michigan in 2 years, and the Michigan defense hasn't had time to had a chance to look at that offense, and it is a different type of offense to what they're used to seeing. So I wouldn't be surprised if Purdue has some success tomorrow.
Right. And Michigan's been struggling running the football, and Purdue's defense hasn't really gotten enough credit. Here's French, upfield, struggling near the goal line. I think he's stumbled down inside the
5-yard line, very near the goal line.
It's going to be 3rd down and goal from around the 1-yard line.
3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line.
Well, I think French is going to get it again here. You can tell he's smelling it down there and wants to punch it in. Really have to give the KB defense some credit. They've been on the field an awful lot tonight, and they're still down there battling.
3rd and goal from the 1, and here's Mike French, hit, and he got in the end zone, touchdown. Well, he took a shot on his way to the goal line, and it's 20-0. There's some cold young men running around with a low Red Devil flag as French gets in the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like Spurgeon was in there, got another hit in the backfield. French was able to bounce off, keep his feet moving to get into the end zone.
20-0, Lowell, and they will try to add the extra point here. Jeff Baker is on. Kick is up and right down the fairway, good. 21-0 Red Devils. Don't forget to join us each and every weeknight for 56 Nightly News. Next week only at 6:30. It's new time only at 6:30 on WYAN Channel 56. 21-0. Boy, it's scary when it's getting close to what Mark Smith predicted. I think he had 28-0. Wow.
The Renegade had 28-0, huh?
It's getting scary when it's that close.
I think I saw that he missed 4 last week. Is that right?
He's over 70% for the year, which is pretty darn good. He almost hit the Maryville game straight on. He picked Maryville 13-12 last week, and it was 12-10. Of course, he pointed that out so everybody could know.
Yeah, I'll bet. I saw the Hammond Times this morning, and their guest predictor was Carson Cunningham from Purdue. I saw he had a score 3-2.
And he had Andrean winning 91-3.
Yeah, that was good. Good for him.
I loved that 3-2 score. Carson is a free spirit, yep. Leave it to him to have a 3-2 and somebody scored 91. 21-0 Lowell. 8:18 to go in the ball game. Oh, somebody's got to pick it up and run out of there with it. Baker going to be trapped and hit down at the 15-yard line. Brandon Baker, 31 on the return. What's the biggest difference from being an assistant coach to being a head coach? Obviously, you haven't had a varsity game yet, but you've had game situations.
Well, I don't know that it's a whole lot of difference. You know, with the football staff, you still have different people in charge of different aspects of the team. It's a little different to be dealing with different people and you know, having some different responsibilities in terms of equipment, and ultimately that you are the one accountable for the program. But actually, it hasn't been a whole lot different.
Wow, there you see the hit. Ooh, that looks scary. Cody Van Dersen, the sophomore. You see that and you think about, boy, Steve Young Monday night. He didn't even get a hit in the head.
Yeah, actually, with this kickoff return, with the KV receiver Baker bobbling the ball down near the goal line, the Lowell coverage was able to get down there, and there are about 5 or 6 Lowell guys down here. Tell you, I'm not envying Mr. Baker on that one.
Cody Van Dersen, the shaken up Red Devil. Well, he's coming off under his own power, just as he got the old bell rung. Hope he's all right. 1st and 10, Cougars. 15-yard line. They trail 21-0. Dixon, the handoff. Bulla, not much there. He gets to the 15, back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
That's Rumasek in there again. He's really played a nice ball game. He's been in on a number of tackles, and no, he's not just dragging him down with arm tackles either. He's getting a shoulder pad on somebody and making a big hit.
2nd and 10. How old are you, Chip?
25.
I think Bill Melby was, what, 23 when he became a varsity head coach? So you will be a little, you know, although you've had a lot of coaching experience already, as Dixon fires, spending time on Coach Agofsky's staff as the catch was made at the 23-yard line.
Defensive line by number 43, Patterson.
Right, I'm very fortunate to have the time that I was able to spend with Coach Agofsky at Crown Point, and you know, he really opened a door for me and allowed me to get some experience, and you know, I'm very thankful for that.
Did you want to become a head coach at this young of an age?
I think, yeah, I had always had it in mind that it was something that I wanted to do, and I had never really put a timetable on it or anything like that. But when the opportunity came up, and you know, I thought it was something that might work out.
There's the pitch to Myers, who's got a 1st down for KV. Well, you've got a former assistant football coach over there as your AD too, and Coach Stelter, right, the basketball coach?
Right. Coach Stelter came over a couple years ago and had a nice year with the basketball team last year, where they went 18-7 and won the Porter County tournament. So they're also looking to have a good year this year.
He was, I think, an offensive coach for Maryville on the football team.
Right.
There's the controversial Renegade poll that has Lowell underneath Highland, even though the Red Devils had a victory against Highland here. Dixon fires downfield into a crowd, incomplete, overthrown.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time figuring that out. 2 teams from the same league, and one team's undefeated, and they beat the other one, but yet they're still rated higher than them.
I don't think you're the only one. Dixon, you see on the rollout, got it away.
Boy, the Lowell secondary's really done a nice job. Just haven't been a whole lot of people open tonight for the KV offense.
Yep, they're tossing a shutout here. 2nd and 10. Dixon looking for a receiver, had him break in, just a little overthrown. They did get somebody open finally behind the secondary that time, but they couldn't connect. Brian Colbreth was the intended receiver.
3rd down and 10 after the incompletion.
Looked like they tried to swing somebody out of the backfield that time. Onto a wheel route up the sideline. Lowell's in their cover 2 zone with 2 safeties in the middle of the field. The corner just ended up chasing this guy up the sideline.
3rd and 10. Dixon, play action, fires. And Curl, did he hold on? Nope, incomplete. Curl had it for a second at the 40 in a crowd. Couldn't hold it, incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 10. Well, you would think a former quarterback who's a head coach would want to throw the ball a lot. But you're going to be pretty balanced, you think, next year?
Well, I would hope so. I would think that I think your best offenses have some balance and you're more difficult to defend. One of the things that we've had to do, I think is important starting our program, we need to be able to run the ball for the simple fact that our kids need to learn how to block and tackle. And our defense isn't going to get a whole lot of catching us in practice if we're throwing the ball all over the place.
French, it's been a struggle on those punts. He goes down and makes the catch at the 44-yard line. So Lowell gets the football back with 6:57 to go in the 4th quarter, 21-0. It's been an impressive performance. I'm sure Lowell's football team feels they probably could put more points on the board tonight, but nonetheless, defensively, they've played pretty good football.
Yeah, I think they ought to be pretty pleased. From coming out at halftime, they were able to put 2 quick scores on the board. They weren't able to get that other one down there with the 4th down play that didn't work out in the end zone, but they played some pretty good football here in the second half.
Here comes the reverse. Van Dersen, 45, runs over a Cougar to the 49-yard line. Our game next Friday night. We're here in Lowell tonight, a great place to watch high school football. We'll be at another great place next Friday night at Griffith High School. It's an outstanding rivalry there. Brad Smith, Highland Trojans, Russ Radke, Griffith Panthers, and a new start time next Friday night. A little more time for you to get some pizza. And the kickoff will be at 11 next Friday night on PBS 56. 2nd and 6. Here's French. French cutting and slashing, still on his feet inside the 40, down to the 39.
Another big run by French there for about 10 yards. That ball game next Friday night really ought to be a good one. Contrast in styles. I know that Havens from Highland has really been putting up some numbers running the ball, but Boyd is really the focus of that offense, and I'm sure they'll be throwing it where the Griffith quarterback, Radke, he'll be running the ball and directing that offense. So, that ought to be real interesting.
Not a whole lot of love there in that rivalry as well. Here's O'Connell over the middle. That got the tight end Wingert. He's down 25-yard line.
That's the same little delay route that they tried in the first half. They connect on it this time. It looks like they're going to punch one in here, 28-0.
Weingart on the reception.
Got that offense going a little bit. Going to put the finishing touches on this one.
Yeah, Lowell with the 2 difficult opponents in the closing weeks with Munster and Andrean. I'll tell you what, Andrean at 3-3, they played such a good football game last week. They got to be wondering what they got to do to get a win. There's Galt with a flag down, and Galt is down at the 22-yard line. We understand that I think Andrean was winning over Hammond High tonight. It's going to be holding against the Red Devils.
Well, I know there's been a lot made of Andrean moving into the 3A playoffs, and that they'll be a force, and they will. They are a big physical football team, and even though they're 3-3, the 3 people that they've lost to, believe me, they've known they've had a football game in their hands.
Holding by the offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat the down.
And I think their quarterback, Dolasinski, really played well. Maybe had his best game of the year last Friday and is getting some confidence. And if they can put a passing game with that running game, they're going to be tough to handle in 3A. Let's see if we can see the holding penalty. Galt got tripped up there. And yeah, looks like a couple players on top of maybe a white jersey there.
Oh, I don't know, Joe. Offensive linemen never hold, do they?
There's French. Not when they're blocking for you, I guess, right? 34-yard line. Kirk Kennedy still getting after his football team here with 5:03 to go. Kirk Kennedy told me earlier this week it's been like the good old days here It's been taking him 15 minutes on Monday morning to get from the front of the school to the back of the school. Everybody wants to talk about the football game from Friday night. I guess that's a good problem to have.
Well, it's exciting, and the turnout that's here tonight. I see the bed sheets that are decorated all along the fence there in the south end zone. The community support that they're getting, really something else.
There's the throw to Weingart. He's got the catch at the 20, taken down at the 19-yard line, shy of the first down.
Featuring Weingart here on this last drive. He's made a couple of catches. That's the same route they were running out of their Twins receiver set that they were hitting Van Derzen with earlier in the first half, and now Weingart's getting out there and making those catches.
3rd down and 4. 21-0 Lowell with 4 minutes to go in the ball game. O'Connell. Back to throw, going to look right corner, lofts it up, overthrown, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for 26, Ryan Seidel.
Ryan Seidel, the junior, was the intended receiver, but it was a little overthrown. Not really the trajectory on that ball that you would want, maybe.
Well, he's got the short field down there. They're throwing from about the 20-yard line going in, so it's tough really to throw that high ball there unless you're going to make it a jump ball. He had the receiver going by him, just missed by an eyelash.
Well, Jeff Baker's had a little bit of a tough night. He's missed a couple field goals, but he hasn't missed them by very much, and one of them was around the 40-yarder.
I don't know if I want to get into predictions here because we've been hitting the Renegade pretty hard here tonight, but this guy's due.
Yeah, he is. Oh, it's going to be short and right. So,
well, so much for that.
That was his worst attempt at a field goal. Now, his first two were very, very close to being good. They're used to having some great field goal kickers down here. Remember Dan Hudak was a tremendous field goal kicker down here. Let's see, we got an official stopping the clock with 3:26 to go.
Well, we've seen the pole cap from KV tonight.
Yep.
I'm wondering if he's going to break out anything else here. He's just going to save it until next week. I've really also been impressed with KV tonight. I think they're a little outmanned here coming in, but their kids have been well prepared and they're playing hard. Their defense has spent an awful lot of time on the field, and but sure not seeing any quit from any of their kids.
You're right. I think it's easy to tell up here too, and the intensity is not there, and there's been no signs of that. They got the holding penalty there, and their defense stopped them again and didn't allow them to put more points on the board.
Well, here you go. We're in the shotgun with receivers to both sides.
Incomplete as they try to hit Bulla out here on the flat.
He went to 4 wide on that one out of the shotgun. That's the first time we've seen that tonight. Tried to hit the tailback out of the flat. Bring up 2nd and 10.
There's some kind of school spirit down here on the near sidelines. You've got a whole bunch of Red Devil fans down here on the track, whooping it up. 2nd and 10. And why not? It's going to be 7-0. Oh, it looked like they were going to try the reverse, but Bulla couldn't make the handoff and ended up covering a fumble at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, we were going to see the reverse there. The started it with the toss play, coming outside. Never looked like that exchange was clean, and never able to get the handoff.
35 was there. Nathan Kersey to clean up. It's going to be 3rd and 15 from the 15.
James Crocker, 6 foot 195, was also in on that play.
Third and 15. And Dixon's going to be sacked back inside the 5.
Chris Patterson, that's his 2nd sack tonight. Another big play from him off the outside.
Chris Patterson on the tackle of Dixon, and it's going to be 4th and a bunch. And the clock continuing to run with 2:32. Who is the opener against you guys? I know you got 7 of your games figured out for next season.
We open up with Lake Station next year at home, and you know, that'll be a big game for us, being our inaugural football game at Wheeler, and it's also going to be a sectional opponent. So anytime you're opening up your first game of the year, but this one might be extra special for us.
Jeremy Kroll in his end zone. Got it away. It's a good punt. Hanger. Galt had some room but made the catch at the 38. So you guys are in the process of gathering tapes and highlights of people and scouting, and
yeah, we've tried to get out and see everybody in person that we're going to play next year. We still haven't seen anybody in the sectional because we're not quite sure who that's going to be. But we've tried to see everybody in person, and we're looking forward to it.
1st and 10 Red Devils from the 39 at KV. New quarterback, new running back in the game, but a big hole. On his way inside the 25, down to the 20-yard line. Great run, Jason DeVera.
5'5", 142. He's a senior. Hit it over left tackle there, and there's nobody there.
Alan Hutchins, or I think it's Alan Hutchins, maybe, is the new quarterback, the 5'9.5" sophomore. Yeah, that was a big run. DeVera he looked bigger than 5'5.5" too.
Yeah, he should definitely show good speed on that one. It looks like both clubs have started to sub a little bit. New backfield here for Lowell.
Down to the 20, 1:40 to go. Houchins with a handoff to the 15, to the 10. Inside the 10, it'll be 1st down and goal.
It's Cody Van Derzen that time. Yep. He's a sophomore. Again, showed good speed. Did a nice job of keeping his feet moving down as he got near the goal line.
Good to see that he's okay, too, because he took quite a pop. He was down on the turf a little while ago. 1st and goal from the 8. Let's see, Houchins with 1:19 to go. DeVera is going to get in the end zone for the touchdown, I believe. No call yet. Thought he was.
DeVera takes it close to the goal line.
Jason DeVera, touchdown from 8 yards away. Are we going to have to show Mark's picks again? I think we better get him ready to re-rack them.
Well, I would never want to wish bad luck on anybody, but if this guy could possibly...
Yeah, he's had a rough night. I think we may just want to root for him to kick it through.
Boy, this would make it 28-0, huh? Maybe they'll go for 2.
There you go. I like that idea. Jeff Baker's on.
The Renegade's going to hit this one right on the mark.
Oh! It was good. It got through there. Oh, my, Jeff Baker. He put some excitement into the extra point.
I don't know if I'd have gotten out of here alive if that wouldn't have gone through.
Let's see it. There it is. There it is, the Week 7 pick. 28-0. Man, it's scary when something like that happens. 1:04 to go. The Cougars could come back with a run back here. Right on the money. You think Coach Kennedy got that touchdown because he saw last night the picks?
Oh, I'm sure Coach Kennedy was trying to make this 28-0 to match the Renegade. I'm sure he was down there talking to his boys at halftime, telling them that Smith had it 28-0 and he wanted to match it.
I think he might have said some other things to him at halftime, but 28-0 Red Devils.
Baker to kick off.
Baker. Got it on the tee and the approach. Catch made by, I think it's Brandon Baker at the at the 20-yard line. Then he coughed it up. One of the Red Devils pounces on it. Is it a live ball? I think they rule it down at the 28-yard line.
Cougar ball.
Brandon Baker on the return. 54 seconds left. Lowell's going to go 7-0. KV will fall at 2-5. Came out of there a little late. It's the undefeated chant.
That was Marcus Shantube in there again on the strip. Senior and definitely one of the leaders of this Lowell team. 28-0 with a minute left to go in this game. He's still running down there hard on the kickoff, trying to make something happen.
1st and 10. Cougars, 27-yard line. There's the handoff to the 30. This one's going to run out.
Last carry good for about 1 yard for the Cougars.
Lowell will be in command of the Lake Black Division with 2 weeks to go. This league's been so difficult that Andrean is 0-3 and still ranked number 10 in 3A. They've had losses to Munster, Highland, and Griffith. Dixon's handoff. Bulla carries to the 34, and that's going to do it. Well, I want to wish you and Wheeler the best of luck next year. We're going to be having another team to cover on Channel 56.
Well, thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. And thanks for having me out tonight.
Yeah, you did a great job tonight. And we look forward to covering you and Ryan and the Bearcats next season.
Right.
Thanks a lot, Chip. Chip Pettit stepping in for John Friend tonight. Congratulations to John. He was inducted into the Munster Football Hall of Fame tonight over at Munster High School. He'll be back next Friday night. Final score, 28-0. Lowell moves to 7-0 on this season with the victory tonight over KV. For Chip Pettit, this is Joe Redondo. We'll see you Thursday night on the Prep Football Report. Good night.
Spectators.